It's live from Stamford Bridge right now. Xabi, you will know and recognise the two guys I'm alongside as well. But I suppose we're all interested in your choice to join Chelsea, which has been a difficult place for managers in recent seasons. So explain why.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. And for sure, it's about opportunities, it's about timing, it's about what you feel. And it was the right moment for me, for the club as well. For sure, the excitement, the potential of the club is great. We want to take the right steps. And now we are ready. Now the Premier season starts Premier League tonight, and we want to have a real go.
Xabi, you signed Danny Welbeck and Jordan Henderson. I think both of us know them really well. And last season we were crying out for Chelsea to sign some more experienced players. Are they almost like your guardians and your policemen in the dressing room, sort of watching the standards and the discipline with the young players and helping them?
For sure they will be important, but I think as well Morgan, Maxence, they have Premier League experience. They are for sure, each one is in different stage of their career, but as much as the quality, the personality and the maturity, it was really important to build this squad. It's still early days for sure, but the plan that we have is that we know what it takes to compete in the Premier League, and we know that it's about coming to Fulham. It's about next week receiving Brighton, and we know each game is battle. But for sure, the experience and the day-to-day culture that we want to build in Coban they are gonna play a very important role, helping the young ones as well, because these young players, they have great potential. But we've all been there, and when you have good experienced players along next to you, they help a lot.
Xabi, hello, my friend.
Yeah. Hello, Carragher. How are you doing? Good to see you. Finally.
Give me that Carragher. We'll keep that. Xabi, we've had a look at your, time as a manager. Tonight we've looked at sort of in the past at Leverkusen, tonight at Real Madrid, and it looks like you've used different systems. And we've looked at Chelsea in pre-season, sometimes a back four, sometimes a back five. I'm not going to ask you because I know you won't tell me about tonight. But how do you see systems in football? Do you think it is a big part of the game, or do you think it's just numbers?
I think it's numbers, it's a picture. I think that it's more about principles, it's about dynamism, it's about intensity, it's about soul. And for sure you have players with different profiles. Some of them that they are more offensive-wise, some more, or that they have more stability on their game, some more that they need to get on the flow. It's about getting the right mix, the right balance, and we want to have a good control, good balance, but play with the intensity needed in this Premier League.
Xabi, over 20 years ago, you scored your first goal in the Premier League at Fulham. How much has the Premier League changed? You've obviously kept an eye on it when you've been away as well. What are the big differences over that time?
The big difference for me is that the gap between the top clubs and the rest of the clubs was bigger at that time. Now the gap is, you can't see the gap. We've seen this first Premier League games, that there is no gap, that each game is really, really tough. So it's hard to get easy wins. And probably at that time, the gap was bigger. Now you see that all the teams, the coaches are good, the players are very well prepared. They work for 95 minutes. It's difficult to beat anything nowadays.
Xabi, finally, just on the team news tonight, I suppose Chelsea fans might have been expecting to see Moises Caicedo, Palestra as well. What can you tell us about them?
Yeah, during the week they had a few setbacks with Moi. We don't want to take too much risk. They were not ready to play tonight, so we need to go assessing week by week, but for tonight they were not ready.
All right. Xabi, thank you for being ready, and we wish you well this evening.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
So Xabi's just poured scorn on this part, Jamie, because he says that systems don't really matter too much. But I wonder if this is significant. We saw it from Manchester City and Enzo Maresca yesterday. 6 defenders effectively in the starting 11. And the same story here, although Reece James, of course, can play in either position. But he is predominantly a defender. Is that Premier League knowledge and know-how going to Fulham, where Chelsea lost last season, saying we're going to be very difficult to beat?
Yeah, of course. And listen, he's mentioned some of the players that are missing. But what we've done, and the reason we're looking at the systems, is because Xabi was almost famous for a back five at Leverkusen. And the intrigue going to Real Madrid was, can you play a back five at Real Madrid? No, he didn't. He played a back four. We looked at that earlier. But having looked at them in pre-season, there's been a shift between a back five of late and a back four. But like every team now, or in the Premier League really, everybody's got at least two systems, with and without the ball. Now, what we're looking at here is certainly what we've seen in the last few weeks is Chelsea with the ball, almost like a back three, and Rodgers and Palmer getting into these pockets behind João Pedro. I mean, that could be a sensational front three, that. They are three
really exciting,
special players, they are. But what's really interesting is, because I think a little bit at Leverkusen was, I thought at times it was a back five without the ball, and then when they had the ball, it maybe morphed into a back four. This seems like a little bit of a flip, because when we've looked at them certainly without the ball in the last few pre-season games, what's been happening is, and whether it'll happen tonight, because the personnel is slightly different, but what's been happening is Morgan Rodgers has almost been coming into a left midfield role, and someone's been dropping back into this left back role. Now, whether Achapong can actually play in that right back position, I think he'll be fine there. Gusto, as we know, probably not what you call a winger. Neto's been playing in that role in pre-season. So it's actually been a little bit more this without the ball, a 4-4-2, and then with the ball, it morphs into a back three. But that is something that a lot of teams have been, I mean, Man City have been doing that for years under Pep and Maresca anyway, so it's certainly something to keep an eye on.
I think, look, since the new ownership came in, it's been mad, hasn't it? The recruitment's been mad, but they've signed players with real potential. This is the first time that I'm looking at a team, particularly a spine. If you look at that sort of Colwill, Lacroix, I even like Hato, then you think of sort of Lavia and James, but then you think of Enzo and Casado, and that starts to happen in there. And then you've got Cole Palmer, Rodgers and João Pedro. I think that's a proper spine. The reason I think we're quite confident about Chelsea this season is they haven't got the Champions League or the sort of European confusion, but all of a sudden they look like a team. I think the goalkeeper maybe could be upgraded, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. But if a back three with Casado and Enzo in front, with Rodgers and Palmer, with João Pedro, that will win a lot of football matches in this league and will cause a lot of teams problems.
Can I just make the point? We were very critical of Manchester United and Ruben Amorim using sort of like a system, but a lot of that criticism came without the ball because they'd end up in a back five. What we're actually looking at, or certainly what we've seen in pre-season, as the Maxley, as I said, playing 4-4-2 against the ball.
He's got plenty of options, hasn't he, Xabi Alonso? If only he had Carragher as well.
I'll be there for him.
Well, dear, oh dear.
Is that actually a nickname that was used back in the day?
I started it.
More weekend analysis is coming your way in just a few minutes' time.